Price is Right pricing game recap may contain profanity toward the contestants' decision-making and pricing games that can be categorized as either stupid or being misled by the audience that's portrayed as a heel for entertainment purposes only. In reality, Mr. Horgan doesn't show any prejudice toward the contestants based on their gender, their ethnicity, and their intelligence. Viewer discretion is advised.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for the fabulous Price is Right pricing game recap for Wednesday the 15th of May, 2013. Here are the pricing games that were played today. Plinko, one right price, one away, swap meet, pass the buck, and side by side. Devon, no, not Devon Dudley, the professional wrestler, who is a full-time dad and a part-time corn farmer from Las Vegas, was the first contestant. He played my favorite pricing game, Plinko, for a chance to win up to $50,000. He was given one free chip. He had a chance to win up to 4 more chips. The 4 small prizes were modeled by the Marvelous Manuela Arbelaez. We first had an Ion Technology hair dryer, where Devon believed that 7 was the second number and not 3 being the first number. Manuela revealed the price to be $35. Should have chose the 3. Next, we had a Cuisinart ice cream maker that makes 1.5 quarts of frozen dessert. Devon believed that 2 was the second number and not 6 being the first number. Manuela revealed the price to be $60. Should have chose the 6. I knew that one. Next, we had a Krups citrus juicer that has a pressure detecting on and off switch. Devon believed that 3 was the second number and not 7 being the first number. Manuela revealed the price to be $75. Should have chose the 7. Well, so far, Devon's been busting on the small prizes. Let's see if his luck could turn around on the last small prize. Now, George Gray mentioned in the description that he was feeling lucky. The 4th small prize was an Insignia water-resistant armband radio that has 20 preset memory stations. Now, Devon said that since the first 3 small prizes all had the Plinko chip in front of the first number, he decided to go with the first number for the armband radio. He believed that 4 was the first number, not 3 being the second number. Well, a typical Mike Richards setup would be the Plinko chips being behind the first numbers and not the second. So, when Manuela revealed the price of the Insignia water-resistant armband radio, it was $23. It was the 3 he should have chosen, so at that time, choosing the second number would have worked. Oh man, that was rough. He busted on all 4 small prizes. So Manuela had no earned Plinko chips to give to Devon. So now he only had that 1 free chip. Well, the way that his luck has been going, let's hope it didn't land in a 0. Well, when Devon climbed up the stairs and dropped his one and only Plinko chip flat against the board, it landed in... Oh, great. $1,000! That's what he got, $1,000. Better than nothing, and that is a consolation win. Marty, a lift tech from Greenville, North Carolina, was the second contestant. He played one right price for a chance to win these 2 prizes. A trip to Cancun, Mexico, that includes a 5-night all-inclusive stay in an ocean view room at the Omni Cancun Hotel and Villas, modeled by Manuela. And a trip to Seattle, Washington that includes a 5-night stay in a deluxe king room at the Grand Hyatt Seattle, plus a lunch cruise modeled by the radical Rob Wilson. The awesome Amber Lancaster held the one-night price of $5,532. Marty believed that it went to the trip to Cancun. I was thinking the trip to Seattle. So, when Amber placed the $5,532 price on the trip to Cancun and revealed the actual retail price, it was $5,532! Marty is on his way to Cancun and Seattle. The price of the trip to Seattle, by the way, that Rob revealed was $4,042. So Marty won himself $9,574 worth of trips in that plane of one right price. Sarah was the third contestant. She played one away for a chance to win a Honda Civic LX modeled by Rob. Amber was in charge of changing the numbers. The wrong price was $27,845. Sarah chose the 2 to be a 1 and not a 3, the 7 to be an 8 and not a 6, the 8 to be a 7 and not a 9, the 4 to be a 5 and not a 3, and the 5 to be a 6 and not a 4, making the new price $18,756. Almighty sound effects lady, did Sarah have at least one number right? Yes, she did. Almighty sound effects lady, did Sarah have at least 2 numbers right? Yes, she did. Almighty sound effects lady, did Sarah have at least 3 numbers right? She had at least 3 numbers right. Almighty sound effects lady, did Sarah have at least 4 numbers right? She had 4 numbers right at least. Gotta be honest, I didn't think she had at least 4 numbers right. And now, almighty sound effects lady, I ask you, did Sarah have all 5 numbers right? I'll ask again. Almighty sound effects lady, did Sarah have all 5 numbers right? Okay. She had 4 numbers right and had to change 1. Sarah decided to change the 6 to a 4. She went over to the 108 board and was wanting to do it herself, but Amber took care of that. So she made a price of $18,754. If it was me playing, I would have changed the 6 as well. Alright, time now for the moment of truth. Was the first number a 1? Yes, it was. It was definitely not a 3. Was the second number an 8? Yes, it was. Now, I should point out that when Sarah was going over to point out numbers to her friends in the audience, they cheered loudly on 7 for her to change that. But she went with 6 instead, changing that to a 4. Alright, let's now find out what the third number was. Was the third number a 7? Was the third number a 7, I asked? No, it was 9. And the last 2 numbers were 5 and 6. The actual retail price was $18,956. So she should have changed the 7. What a shame. John was the fourth contestant. He was wearing a t-shirt that had a teddy bear, and I believe the big wheel on it, and it said, "Hug me, Manuela." Well, that's what Manuela did when John won his way up on stage. A nice bear hug. Well, you know, it had a bear. Well, not really. Well, you know, a bear hug. Anyway, he played swap meet for a chance to win these 4 prizes. We had a Paradigm Electronics fully powered multimedia home audio speaker system that has a control box, 2 speakers, and a subwoofer, modeled by Manuela, along with a Samsung 40-inch 3D LED HD TV that has built-in Wi-Fi and smart TV features, and 2 pairs of glasses included, modeled by Rob. A Stella McCartney accessory collection that includes a croc print faux leather clutch and wallet, plus a python print clutch with tablet cover and a cell phone case, modeled by Amber, and a recumbent exercise bike that has advanced programming and an adjustable lumbar support for comfortable positioning, also modeled by Amber. John swapped the home speaker system for the recumbent exercise bike. He's feeling pretty good on this. Amber revealed the price of the exercise bike, and it was $699. So if the speaker system was $699, John would win all 4 prizes. And when John's favorite model, Manuela, revealed the price of the home speaker system, she complimented John's shirt, saying that it was cute, and the price of the home speaker system was $699! John won all 4 prizes, which included the HD TV at $1,499 and the Stella McCartney accessories at $2,815, for a grand total of $5,712 in prizes. Kathleen, no, not Kathleen Bradley, was the 5th contestant. She played Pass the Buck for a chance to win a Toyota Tacoma regular cab 4x2, modeled by Manuela, a prize worth $19,510. She was given 1 free pick, had a chance to win up to 2 more picks. The first pair of grocery items that we saw were Minty's Dental Dog Treats and Gold Bond Foot Cream. Kathleen believed the buck had to be passed to the foot cream to make the price $5.99 turn into $6.99, leaving the Minty's Dental Dog Treats at $5.88. Was she right? No, she was not. Should have chose the dog treats. They were $6.88. They appeared on Monday during It's in the Bag. Next we had Cortisone 10 Intensive Healing Formula and a 4-pack of 16-ounce bottles of Rockstar Energy Drink. Kathleen believed the buck had to be passed to the Rockstar, making the price $6.99 to be turned into $7.99, and leaving the Cortisone 10 Intensive Healing Formula at $8.75. Was she right? No, should have chose the Cortisone 10. That was $9.75. I kind of thought she had the Rockstar right, but unfortunately she didn't. So, once again, another contestant who plays Pass the Buck failed to win 2 more picks and had to stick with just the 1 free pick. For Kathleen's one and only pick, she chose number 4. Behind number 4, Drew revealed it has had $3,000. So that's what Kathleen won, and that is a consolation win. Here's what the rest of the board had. Number 1 had the truck. Number 2 had $1,000. Numbers 3 and 5 had the 2 lose everything. And number 6 had $5,000. Cheryl, spelled with an S, who, when she was called on down, she just came right back, she just came right on up. Instead of going, well, she had to go back down the contestant's row, as Drew mentioned to her, was the 6th and final contestant. She played side by side for a chance to win an outdoor convection oven that includes a that is made from cast iron and stainless steel. It includes 3 wire racks and 2 aluminum cooking sheets, modeled by Rob, and a Zuo Modern Myrtle Cabo dining set that has an aluminum frame table with a tempered glass top, a double bench with waterproof cushion, and a pair of swivel-based chairs modeled by Manuela. Cheryl decided to place the 88 part of the price on its left, to make the price $8,857, instead of placing it on its right to make the price $5,788. Though the audience didn't like $8,857, she changed it to $5,788 at one point, but then she decided to change it back to $8,857, going with her gut. Let's see what happened. When the actual retail price lit up, it was $8,857. Cheryl was right to go with her gut, and she became a winner. That's how you win a pricing game, folks. Always go with your gut. Don't go with what the audience says or thinks. Good job, Cheryl. All right. Now to the acknowledgments. Here's what Ben Mason Television has to say. Why isn't anyone winning $10,000 in Plinko anymore, man? I know, it's long overdue that someone last got $10,000 in Plinko. And before the wheel was spun in the second half, Drew acknowledged that this was Scott Robinson's last show. Scott was responsible for teaching Drew the over 75 games he had to learn in the last 6 years. Scott appeared on camera after Drew did his "Don't forget to get your pet spayed or neutered" sign-off. Yeah, it's very hard to say goodbye to someone when they move on to bigger and better things. But I'll always remember Scott for the great themes he had for Grocery Game, and I'm feeling pretty sure that that legacy will go on. And Drew was very choked up. He was very emotional about Scott's last show, and wow. Drew must have considered Scott like a brother to him. And, you know, he really is a good guy, that Scott. So, hey, you know, this pricing game recap for tonight is being brought to you by the number 3. Why the number 3, you ask? Well, today, just like yesterday and Monday, we had 3 pricing games won. Today's 3 wins were in One Right Price, Swap Meet, and Side by Side. Plus, I should also mention that it was 3 times this week that a contestant has gone up on stage before going to Contestants Row. Deja vu here, folks. Also on today's show, we gave away a total of $4,000 in cash. $4,500, excuse me. Devon won $1,000 in Plinko. Kathleen won $3,000 in Pass the Buck. And Cheryl won $500 for her perfect bid. Now let me just get the sound for that. I can find it. There it is. So just to confirm, $4,500 was given away on today's Price is Right. Alright, so the contestant recognition contestants are Devon, and Kathleen. The MVPs of the Price is Right are Marty, John, and Cheryl. Cheryl also won her showcase aside from winning side-by-side by going with her gut. Her showcase included a chauffeured limo-driven trip to Big Sur, but it will start off in Carmel. And includes 6 nights in a Courtyard Queen room at the La Auberge Carmel, with daily breakfast included, plus a limo will take her to Big Sur for a guided 4-hour hike. A trip to Grand Canyon was also in the showcase, where Cheryl will be flying to from LA to Flagstaff, Arizona. It includes a 3-day guided hike, courtesy of Discovery Treks, and all meals and rental car are included. Both the trips to Big Sur and the Grand Canyon were modeled by Manuela, and she also won a Jeep Patriot Sport modeled by Amber. Cheryl bid $21,500 on her showcase. Actual retail price, $27,660, for a difference of $6,160. Cheryl won a grand total in cash and prizes of $37,867. Promotional consideration for the Price is Right pricing and recap this week is provided by the Fast and the Furious, Too Fast, Too Furious, the Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift, Fast and Furious, and Fast 5. Fast and Furious 6 comes out Friday, May 24th. So that's going to wrap things up for me for tonight. Who's going to be recapping tomorrow? Is it going to be me again, or will it be on 264 Shirt or Sports Guy 528? If any of Martin S5 1989's games appear, he may not be able to do it due to issues with his flip camera. But if his issues do get resolved in the near future, if Pocket Change or Pick a Number gets played, you'll see him recapping again. This is Mr. Horgan reminding you to help control the pet population. Have your pets spayed or neutered. So long, everybody. Good night.